Baby, there you go.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. First, we have to make sure we have video.
Oops, I better turn my sound off. Hold on.
Oh, there I am. Yay. Okay, let's make sure we have sound. First, we have to make sure we have... Oh, we have sound too. Yay. Because my mom was just telling me about somebody that she knows that was having trouble streaming on Facebook because of changes that Facebook made. So I was like, well, hopefully we'll get on. Because the first problem tonight was I couldn't remember my password because I haven't been here in so long. Yeah, but I wrote it down when I was gone in November for Brian and Becky. So I did find that and I was able to get on, but I was kind of off by a few digits. But anyways, here we are. I am feeling so much better than I was last week. Like, I don't normally get sick, and I said that earlier in December, and now I've been sick twice in December. So I'm hoping that I got it out of the way for next year. No sickness, or not next year, this year, 2025. So, because yeah, I came down with it on Christmas, and it would take a lot for me to miss Christmas at one of my kids, which, because it's the first year that they actually had it at their house. Normally it's at my house. And yeah, I missed Christmas dinner because I was down and out. So anyways, and it took a good, that was Wednesday. It took a good till Sunday. I was feeling pretty much back to normal, but I was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything for the Packer game. I'm just going to sit on my couch just because I don't want to push it. So anyways, but back to normal, as normal as I get. So we're here, and Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a safe and good New Year's, and hoping for a healthy and happy 2025. So let's go down to the table. I really didn't know what I was going to do tonight, but I saw a card recently.
You're down there.
Okay, that I thought, okay, I think I can do that. So I just gathered a bunch of stuff, and I don't normally do New Year's cards, but I'm doing a New Year's card anyways, that I think you could like make it into a guy card. So you guys know that I do strips a lot, so we are using strips. And I realized through all this, I don't even have that many New Year's stamps. I went and I found this set up front, which I have 4. So if anybody likes this set and wants it for $4, comment on here, and I'll send it with your next order. It probably doesn't pay to ship it separate. But if you like this stamp set, I have 4 of them. Well, plus my used one. So anyways, it's one of the Impression Obsession, so you won't find it probably anywhere else but here. So it's going to strips. So we're going to strips and sticker paper. And when I was pulling paper for strips, I noticed something. And we've done this before with reds and I think greens. But now we're going to do it with blacks. So, because these are all black. And I don't know if you can see the difference in the different types of black. Because we have our onyx, which is our Star Dream. This black is actually the blackest black, and it's skin black. And it is a discontinued color, but we still do have it. I've had it on the sale page, I think, back a couple months ago. But that, if you like to make sure that you have a very deep black, the skin black is the black. So we have our onyx, we have our skin black, we have our black Russian, then we have our So Silk, which is a different shade of black, which I didn't realize how different shade it was until I put them all together.
Sarah, how many of those do you have?
4.
4, all right, thank you.
Yep. 4 of them. So, and those are all coated blacks. So then we go to our non-coated blacks, which you probably on Facebook won't be able to see the difference, but the pitch black and the eclipse black are the 2 blacker blacks, and then the black licorice is, it's not as dark of a black. So if you want a dark black, don't get the black licorice, even though it's tends to be cheaper in the 65 pound. So anyways, that's, oh, and then we have our black mirror card, which is a very dark black also. So anyways, I just thought that was a little tidbit of information. Once I put them all together, I was like, huh, there is a big difference in those colors. But now we're going to go to some different silvers because I wanted to make it sparkly, but I didn't want to do just a sparkly black and silver card. So I decided to do something with them. And we are going to cut a bunch of strips. And I did just sharpen my blade. And what I sharpened it with, and I think it worked, was, I don't know if any of you like in your stash, remember the metal sheets that used to be, you know, so it's actual like metal. So I cut it with that instead of aluminum foil, which I could use, but I didn't have any here and I forgot to bring it. So I found some metal in my stamping room. So Ranger sold it at one time, I think. Anyways, I'm going to just cut a bunch of strips and I'm going to cut them, I think about a ½ inch. I'm just lining it up on my blade at the silver. So and I'm going to cut very slowly so I don't cut my fingers off, because that probably would not be a good thing. And because I don't have my guard on there. So I'm going to cut super slow, especially that Mirror Sparkle. That's kind of hard to cut. It's thinner, so you'd think it would cut easier, but it doesn't really. So, and I gotta let's just skip the silver mirror card for now because it's the wrong width. So I'm cutting these all. So now if we ever have like 2x12 strips, this would be perfect for that. And I don't know how many colors I'm going to use. I just pulled some silver, blingy silvers, and then I pulled some silver Star Dream. And we're just going to be a go for it kind of gal today and figure it out as we go. I'm just going to cut 2 of each for now. Oh, that one, I don't like that one. Hang on a second. I'm going to cut one more. This is the Blast holographic. There we go. That one's a better cut. And then what else do I have here? Oh, I have the silver lava, which this subject came up over Christmas. Somebody was emailing me, I can't remember who, it might have been Barb Hiles, asking me about the red lava. And my response to her was it's discontinued by the mill, which it makes me very sad because it's one of my favorite lava colors. The blue was discontinued a while ago, and then the red. And so in my brain, I am thinking all of the lavas are probably going to be gone. And when I say lava, it's the ones with this. I think all of the lavas are probably going to be gone. What are you laughing at? Are you laughing at Jill?
Jill, yeah.
Oh.
Yay. I love it, Jill.
I just saw that one come in as you were laughing. I saw Jill's come in saying she made 6 loaves of pepperoni bread. Jill, you're ahead of me.
And you only have 2 left. Yeah. You're ahead of me too. I only made 3.
I was busy getting ready for Christmas, and then I was down and out for days, so I did not get my pepperoni bread made. And I am going to still make it because, yeah, I promised Brian and Becky they would have a loaf when they got back from Christmas, and Brian's on here, so
Yeah.
you'll still get your pepperoni bread. I didn't forget, but I was not great, so anyways, I haven't done it yet. But yes, I need to get motivated and do that. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Maybe I'll do that on Sunday. So let's see, how many do I have left here? How many do I have? I have quite a few, so I think I'll just go with what I have. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of sticker paper, and I did this time, instead of cutting it down to a 1/4 sheet, I cut to a half a sheet because I'm going to put them on the horizontal way. Okay.
Yeah, those lavas are popular, and those of you who really like it.
I know. I love the lavas too. And, you know, I didn't hear that from the manufacturer, but I did ask when one of them didn't come in, and they really don't want to tell you that it's discontinued because they want to keep selling it until it's gone, and I get that. But that's usually when you start seeing one discontinued and then another discontinued, then that's...
We're going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, you're going down that rabbit hole. So now when I start to put them on there, you saw me turn this, which I didn't have to turn it. It's the same on both sides, so I don't know why I just did that. But the first one I like putting on where I can actually see the edge of the paper. So rather than do it up this way that I can't see the top of the paper, I'll put it on towards me so I can line it up with the very edge of the paper. Because you want the first one to go on straight. And I've done this before in classes, but we're going to do a little bit different twist on this. And then I'll turn it and either go sideways or forward or backward. I don't know. I do it different all the time. But you're going to catch the lip of this paper. So yes, we've done this part before, but we're going to do a little bit different twist on this and make a checkerboard pattern. So in one of the classes that I did a while ago, we did a checkerboard pattern, except we like put all the little squares on there. So this is a shortcut for not putting all the little squares on there. Oh, I need my holographic.
Mona said get out the Band-Aids. Yeah, or the stitching thing so we can stitch the finger back on. Huh?
I'm careful most of the time.
Well, I still haven't seen my dance routine from Chuck. So
Oh, you haven't? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you know, holidays and...
Yep, holidays with stuff going on and...
But I am working diligently on my March showcase now.
Yeah. Do I want to put this darker one on? Yeah, let's try it. So in March, I'm usually able to go and then video, and then it ends up on there quicker. But we'll be patient because, yeah, the holidays were in there and everybody's got lots of stuff going on. You know, I don't know if I like that dark one. But can I get it off? That's the question.
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave it on. My mom likes it.
All right.
So I'm just going to do my little patterny thing. So yeah, cut your strips fairly straight. Put your first one on straight and then keep going. And am I going to skip? Oh no.
Jill likes it too. So.
Okay. And I'm still designing for my January. So in January, Crafters Classroom is pushed back one Saturday. So in December, it was a little weird. And in January, it's going to be Fun Time Thursday and then Crafters Classroom. Just because it was too hard. That was actually my suggestion because it was too hard to get kits out right after the first of the year because my peeps are off. We were off for like 2 weeks for Christmas. Which is nice because I was on the couch for a whole week. Okay, so we have our strips, and normally like I would do that on like a postcard size and then I could cut it in half if I'm doing like a shutter card. But what we're gonna do is first we're gonna take a trim off the edge just to trim. And now this time I could measure. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of measure from the back end. So I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. And now I do have a strip that I could use on something else. And then I'm just going to move it over every 1/2 inch and trim it. So I'm now making little strips with little squares. And I'm backing it off. So in the back, this is what we sometimes do, we back trim. So from the longest, and then we cut down to the smallest. And this way we don't risk Sarah cutting off a finger and needing a Band-Aid.
Or a stitch kit.
Or a stitch kit, yes. But we're making all these little strips. So, you know, I know that some of you end up with like little strips and little sniblets of stuff. This is a good way to use them up. And it's paper that you'll never see anywhere else because you made it. That one was a little jig-jaggy. That one's the paper in the middle is like not cutting the best right now. And it is actually 2 thicknesses because it is, actually it's the thicker cardstock that's cutting a little jig-jaggy. It's the thickness of the cardstock plus the sticker paper. I have a different trimmer that's in the other room that actually cuts a lot better, but it's big and bulky, so that's why I have my little one in here. Which it does its job, and I actually think it is a little bit sharper than it was by cutting it with the little metal. Now we're going to cut that really close. There we go. Okay. Shut that. So we don't have to worry about Sarah cutting herself. So now what we're going to do, now we can take another piece of sticker paper, or now we can just use adhesive. But now we can take these and do them, you know, at different, we can move them side to side to make a checkerboard pattern. I think I am going to cut another piece of sticker paper almost down to size, just so I have something to work with, and then I don't have to get my tape gun out. So let's do this at 4 by 5 1/4. So yeah, you certainly don't have to use 2 pieces of sticker paper, but I think this will just make it easier. Now we're going to lay our little strips on there. So our strips are actually 6 inches, I think. Oh, they're 5 3/4. So we have a little ways that we can go side to side with them. But yeah, instead of putting all the little squares on there, now we are going to make our little pattern just by moving. So, and I haven't done this before, so I'm not sure what's the best order of operations, whether I start in the middle with my first one or not. That part might be a learning curve. And then we're gonna like move it over. You can move it over 1 or 2. Maybe I'll just move it over 1. And like I said, I don't know how that's gonna work. Because I'm not gonna be able to keep moving it over 1. I don't think. Well, because we have this one in the middle. Oh, I can move it over. Oh no, now it's going to start going backwards. So anyways, yeah, you'll have to figure out your little pattern. If you want it to be a random pattern, or if you want it to, well, if you want it to be random or you want it to be an actual pattern. Now this is where it's important that your squares all are kind of the same size, so then they line up. I'm not that picky, so I don't really care if they totally line up or not. I'm just kind of looking at my Miri Sparkle and my silver diamond print glitter, which the silver diamond print glitter, I'm not sure if we have any of that left in stock. So yeah, you can do whatever pattern you want because there's no right or wrong to this. And yep, I'll be able to get one more. Yeah, I just started looking at just this one or that one. And then my pattern, I flipped some of my papers so like they don't all go down, but hey, that's okay. Now we're just gonna go back the other way. And that's okay. I could have laid it out in front of me, you know, to make sure, but I didn't, because you guys know me. Just go for it. But yeah, that was much easier than laying down a bazillion little squares of paper. Oh, nope, I can't go that way. All right. So yeah, that's kind of a fun, sparkly, blingy little pattern there. Now I'm going to go to the back side, and now I can trim the ends off. And now this is where I don't trust this trimmer as much as I trust my trimmer in the other room. Or a scissors. A scissors might have worked good too. Because I do want to trim it a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to trim this edge, which was my bottom edge, and I'm going to line it up to one of my lines on my actual trimmer, because I don't want to line it up here because I want to square it off, but if that's crooked, so I'm going to square it off onto one of my lines. And I do want to cut this at, oh, I've got plenty of extra paper here. So oops, oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to trim it to, I did cut a layer for my card at 4 by 5 1/4, so I want this to be 4 1/8, which I think I'm already at, or 5 1/8. I'm pretty close. So now I want 3.88 here. But yeah, if you want to make sure you're square, you can always go to your guide right here, and then your lines right here to make sure you're square. And I'm going to cut it at 3.88. Make sure that I'm at 5.12. I was going to say perfect, but it's not perfect, and you know what? That's okay. So now I did pull my blackest cardstock, which is my skin black. I did cut a layer of white. Why, you ask? Just because I wanted it to pop off a little. And it's a little jig-jaggy, so let's see if I can trim my jig-jags. So I could do silver, but I figured I had enough silver on there already, so I just did a background of white. Okay, yay, I'm happy with that. Oh, my tape gun's out. Okay, tape gun number 2. No, that's okay. Oh, this one's out too. Hang on, I've got a roll of tape.
You want me to go in and get a different one?
No. Or no. All right, maybe I don't have a roll of tape. Hang on, I'm gonna get a roll of tape or a tape gun. My mom's roll of tape. My mom's roll is gone too. That's like a big no-no out in the shop, is to use, when you're boxing, to empty the thing and then just go move on to another one, which I obviously did in my room. And I used my mom's tape gun too. Oh, that's what happens when you're in a hurry before the holidays and you're getting stuff done. My little tab came off. Not a great situation, but let's, especially with my fingernails. There we go. Whew. You'd think, you know, it took me a while to log on to my computer today.
Yeah.
And now it's taken me a little bit to gather my scruples and get a roll of tape on my tape gun. You'd think I'd been off for a little bit. All right. Good as new. There we go.
Quilting, yes. Just like quilting.
Just like quilting. All right, so I'm going to attach.
Cut the end off and move to the front, Barb Pyle said earlier.
Cut the end. Oh, cut the end off and then. Oh, wait, I don't know.
That is so pretty. Oh, I like that.
All right, there we go. Now, I did plan something for on the front, which has to do with my stamp. Okay, take the stamp out. And let's see. And I'm on a piece of the skin black. And I did have a block over here, but you know what? I think I just put my block. Oh no, I didn't put my block away. Okay, now technically with a clear stamp that's brand new, you want to take a red rubber eraser to it, just to get, you know, the manufacturing residue off of there so it stamps better. But I am using a pigment ink, which is for embossing, so that might not matter because that stuff sticks pretty good. Dye-based inks will usually, if you don't like take a red rubber eraser to them and get that residual off, they'll usually beat up on there. Oh, and I was going to get silver ink as opposed to my VersaFine, so hang on, I forgot my silver. I do like my silver on silver. Somebody recently, and I think this is Virginia, asked what kind of gold ink I used in the last kit where I pre-embossed it, and that I did emboss with Versamark. Or no, I used the Encore ink, the Encore Gold, with clear powder, because then you don't get any residual, which sometimes when you do silver powder with silver ink on black, like I could get residual, just little spots of silver. So we're gonna see. That's the one advantage to using a clear powder on the colored ink, is if you get any residual dots there. Ooh, that's pretty even not embossed. Huh. Let's go ahead and emboss it. I might do it twice because I was a little crooked, and we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, if there's any like little specks of silver powder on here, that's the one advantage to using a clear powder with a colored ink, is you don't have to worry about the...
This would be a fun class.
Oh, that would be a fun class? Maybe I don't have my January classes designed, so maybe I should actually do that with something different. I actually have a die that I'm going to use for one of my classes that is like doing like an inlaid technique where you inlay the pieces into the die, so you can make, if you cut the die out of 3 or 4 different colors, you can what am I trying to say, if you cut the die out of 3 or 4 different colors, you can have 3 or 4 different color combinations. So, but this would kind of be along the same but different. So yeah, maybe I'll do that for my January classes, since they haven't totally been decided yet anyways. But the silver on this skin black is just beautiful, because it's such a deep, rich black. Now I had a few little, I'm just going to go with it, but I have a few little bubblies on there.
Okay, Susan Bainbridge, one is yours too.
You know, and I was going to back this with a piece of silver mirror card, And that's kind of why I didn't use silver mirror card on here, but I don't even think I need it. I think it's just fine with on the black. So I'm not even going to back that. I mean, normally you guys know that I would back that. So I think a party hat like up here would be very fun, but I don't have any party hats. That's a good point. I don't think I have any party hat dies, do I?
Jill Chapman, one is yours also. One left, ladies. One set left, right? You had 4.
4, yeah. Did you get Jessie Crean? I think she was the first
Jessie,
one.
Susan Bainbridge, and Jill Chapman.
Okay, perfect. Oh, hi Virginia. Yeah, the skin black is great to emboss on. All right, so I'm gonna smack dab that right in the middle.
Okay, that's it. They're gone.
Actually, I'm gonna cut just a hair off of there.
Thanks, Kathleen.
And Virginia said add me. So Virginia, if you want my used one, you can definitely get that one. Oops, I cut the wrong edge off. Oops.
Virginia, do you want the used one? Let me know.
Or email me. Email Sarah. Oh, yep, she said add me for the stamp set.
Yes, she'll take the used one.
Okay, perfect. I think I cut crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, Penny, we had some stamp sets available. They're all gone now. So that's what we were talking about.
All right, so there is our checkerboard background, and yes, I will try and fit that into my January classes that I need to get on board and designed. So, alrighty guys, thanks much for joining me on the first one out of the year.
We'll try and stay healthy.
We're not going to try and stay healthy. We are going to stay healthy, so we'll see you next week, Thursday. I'll have the samples ready for our January classes, and everybody have a great night.